59 years ago, in the middle of the Six-Day War, Israeli fighter jets and torpedo boats attacked an American Navy ship in international waters. 34 Americans were killed, more than 170 were wounded, and nearly 6 decades later, people are still arguing about what really happened. It was June 8, 1967. The USS Liberty, an American intelligence gathering ship, was operating in the eastern Mediterranean during the Arab-Israeli Six-Day War. Its mission was to monitor communications and collect information about the rapidly unfolding conflict. That afternoon, Israeli aircraft attacked the vessel. The assault was followed by attacks from Israeli torpedo boats. By the time the attack ended, the Liberty was heavily damaged, 34 crew members were dead, and 171 others were injured. Despite the damage, the ship managed to stay afloat and eventually returned to port. Israel's explanation has remained largely unchanged for decades. Israeli authorities said the attack was a tragic mistake. According to official investigations, Israeli forces misidentified the USS Liberty as an Egyptian vessel during the chaos of war. Israel later apologized and paid compensation to victims' families and for damage to the ship. The United States government ultimately accepted Israel's explanation that the attack resulted from mistaken identity rather than a deliberate decision to target an American ship. Many survivors, former intelligence officials, and some military officers have long argued that the USS Liberty was clearly marked as an American vessel and should have been recognized as such. They believe important questions were never fully answered. 59 years later, Republican legislator Thomas Massie says survivors of the USS Liberty attack aren't buying the explanation put forth by Israel. And he's asking for a real investigation into what happened and even why the US military didn't come to support its own for close to 17 hours.
On the USS Liberty, 59 years ago today, when they were viciously attacked by IDF jets and also after that by torpedo boats. I'm going to tell you a little bit of their story. And by the way, there's at least a dozen of them here today with us. I just met with them in my office and they related this story to me. You know, it was a clear day. The USS Liberty was one of the most technologically sophisticated ships in the Navy, but it was virtually unarmed, and it was sent to observe the Six-Day War going on in the Middle East between Israel and its neighbors. It arrived on June 7th, and the weather was clear.
The controversy isn't just about what happened that day. It's also about what happened afterward.
Mirage jets showed up, and for 25 minutes, strafed and attacked the USS Liberty. They shot rockets. They shot 30-millimeter cannons into the hull and into the ship. They even dropped napalm on the bridge of the ship. This was an effort to kill everybody on board. There was no intention of taking prisoners. After the 25 grueling minutes of attack on this virtually unarmed ship, and they thought things were over and they could recover, the torpedo boats showed up, 3 torpedo boats. They launched 4 torpedoes. One of them hit the hull of the USS Liberty and killed 25 people instantly. It blew a 40-foot by 40-foot hole in the side of this ship. They were intent on sinking it, but they were also intent on not having a single survivor.
Critics argue that because Israel was a close American ally, the incident never received the level of scrutiny that a similar attack by another country might have triggered. The facts of the attack are largely undisputed. An American ship was attacked, 34 Americans were killed. But the question that continues to divide historians, veterans, and policymakers is much simpler. Was it a tragic mistake made in the fog of war? Or was it something more? Want the full picture, not just the headlines? Subscribe and stay with us.